Hello. This presentation presents a portion of my doctoral dissertation on the emergence of untrained language in children with autism who use speech-generating devices. SGDs have been shown to be effective in teaching communication skills to children with autism. However, majority of existing studies are focused on teaching NANs, and fewer studies evaluate more complex communicative repertoires involving other verbal operands. Also, most studies focus on direct teaching of skills. To date, there are limited studies that have explicitly evaluated generative instruction for SGD users. Thus, the purpose of this study was to evaluate the emergence of untaught tasks on an SGD. Generally, 4 different categories were selected for each participant, and 4 items were chosen from each of the categories. Folders and icons corresponding with these items were present in the participants' SGD. This is a tabular representation of the categories and items for one of the participants. 2 sets were created from each of the 4 categories, such that each set consisted of 2 categories. Within each set, 4 items were assigned to the direct training tact condition, and 4 items were assigned to an untaught associated tact condition. We collected data on the percentage of 3 dependent variables. In the interest of time, only tact data are discussed here. Concurrent multiple baseline design across stimulus sets was used. Additionally, the procedures were replicated across the 2 participants. Here are the methods for a probe trial. The instructor would hold up a picture and ask the question, "What is it?" Correct tact responses were followed by praise and a preferred item. Incorrect responses and correct navigational responses alone had no programmed consequences. During treatment, correct responses were followed by praise and access to a desired item or activity, and incorrect responses were followed by a multi-step error correction procedure. Here are the results for the main DV for a participant named Atlas. Untaught associated tact targets are shown as open diamonds, and direct training tact targets as closed circles. During the initial baseline probes, Atlas emitted no correct tact responses for targets assigned to either condition. Training was conducted with the direct training tact targets for set 1 until mastery were met. Post-training probes with the untaught associated tact targets from set 1 showed emergence of correct tact responses without any direct teaching. For set 2, no change was observed with either condition during the extended baseline period. Once intervention was introduced for set 2, direct training targets, mastery were quickly met. Post-training probes with the untaught associated tact targets showed emergence of correct tact responses for targets that received no training, but mastery criteria were not met, which warranted retraining. After retraining, mastery criteria for untaught associated tact targets were met. Similar results were obtained for the other participant. In summary, data obtained from both participants showed that our procedures were successful in teaching participants to tact using navigation, and we saw emergence of untaught associated tacts in the absence of any direct teaching. Thank you.